So Australian comedian Isaac Butterfield summoned to court over offensive jokes. So some of you guys might have seen this guy on YouTube. He's got a pretty big channel. He's an Australian comedian. He has some pretty good takes most of the time. He got caught up in the whole Dave Chappelle, being cancelled thing. And there was that fucking retard Vito down there, with the sign and all that. He got caught up in that shit and he started promoting Vito. And I'm like, Isaac, you're a dumb fuck, but your comedy's pretty good. So that's my only gripe with him. But apart from that, I quite like his videos and all that stuff. So this is interesting, man, because Rhino, you watch quite a bit of him, don't you?
No.
Oh, I think it was Lyndon. It was Lyndon that watched him.
Yeah.
So Australian comedian Isaac Butterfield announced that he's been summoned to court over offensive jokes during a performance in Perth back in 2022, right? The Queensland Human Rights Commission requested Butterfield's presence over a single person made a complaint on the grounds of public vilification based on race, religion, sexual identity, sexuality, and gender identity. So in a video discussing the situation, Butterfield, who is not a Queensland resident, expressed his frustration and anger. So we'll just go through the write-up because that's a 20-minute video. Blabs, can you please read this one before you have to dip?
Right. If you stop moving. Okay. I guess you could say my style of stand-up is one where I don't pull any punches or I don't censor myself. I really do believe that you could do any type of joke about any subject on stage as long as it's funny, he said in a video uploaded to his YouTube channel. One person didn't like a joke. Then on the 20th of April at 9:30, I had to be there to appear in a consolation conference. Okay. That one person has enough power to compel a comedian who told a joke that they didn't like to go in front of a commission of people and work it out. They're jokes. This is mad. This is madness, he says. Butterfield stresses that comedians often tell jokes that they don't necessarily believe or mean, but are intended to make people laugh regardless. He said this often applies to him, especially in this case.
Yeah.
With that said, he goes on to explain that the offending joke were designed to be offensive. They were part of a bit where the comedian explains how to trigger a cancel culture by building what he calls the cancel culture cake. The cancel culture cake is essentially the action of telling a series of progressively more offensive jokes. Butterfield demonstrated this during a routine where he made comments about Australia's Aboriginal people.
What did you call them?
Aboriginal.
Okay, sorry, I heard something
else.
I
heard something different, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Anyway, stop moving. In that section of jokes in that bit, I went through the 5, in my opinion, most offensive jokes that I had written about Aboriginal people. Now, bear in mind, I write my jokes about everyone. What?
Why'd you say it like that?
To make sure you understood what I said. Okay. One of the jokes that preceded this was about white people in Bali dying in the Bali bombing. It's not just people with dark skin that I go after. It's everyone, Butterfield explains. Yeah. He added that nobody at the shows themselves had any problems with the jokes. However, the issues arose when he posted clips of his routine to TikTok and Instagram.
I find that part pretty interesting. The fact that no one at the show actually was offended. Yeah. They were like, "Yeah, we get where you're going with
just
this."
Some basement dweller.
Yeah.
Well,
I bet you it's fucking. I bet you it's a fucking white woman that did this. That fucking went in and like bombed him in. But the fact that you have to go to court because one fucking person carried on, like that's fucked.
Can we play the joke? That video says I got cancelled for this joke. Do we get to hear the joke?
You got the joke?
I don't know. Scroll up.
This is like 20 minutes long, man. I'm pretty sure it says it in here.
Okay.
Right. In a matter of hours, he had reportedly received countless threats of death and other physical violence. The offended party also viewed Butterfield's routine on social media. According to the complaint, the individual was traumatized and made to feel unsafe by the comedian's comments. The complaint specifically draws attention to Butterfield's joke about the stolen generation, a period in Australian history where Indigenous children were taken from their homes and placed with white families.
Yeah, not good.
He also mentions Butterfield's comment that he thought he had never seen Aboriginal pornography until he realized it actually goes by the name National Geographic. Butterfield acknowledged how serious events like the stolen generation were and are, but believes in the right of comedians to make jokes about any topic. The complaint ends by requesting Butterfield apologize and receive unspecified training. The comedian has unequivocally rejected both. However, he has raised concerns about other comedians and how this system is being abused by those with fragile feelings. What a position our country is in where a comedian can't even tell jokes without being pulled in front of a government body, he said.
What happens? Sorry, Blabs. What happens if they like read the joke out in the court and like people there like start giggling?
Right. They all
The
get
judge starts
training.
laughing.
Everybody gets training. All right, let's see. I don't know where I went anymore.
He referenced.
Oh, he referenced several situations, including his own, where Australian comedians had been subject to protest because their jokes had caused offense.
Good.
Butterfield closes out his video by saying that the future of the situation is unknown. He says he did not attend the original Consolation Conference because this child was due to be born around that time. Because of this, the complainant now has 28 days to either apply for an extension of this time or make a written request that would put the matter before the Queensland Civil and Administrative Tribunal. I don't know. If nothing happens, the Queensland Human Rights Commission will close the matter and no further action will be taken.
I would be very surprised if anything actually happens. I reckon they're going to go there, they're going to go through this, and they're going to be like, what a waste of our fucking time.
But that's the whole thing, though. It shouldn't even be going there because it's a waste of their time. There's actual criminals that need to be going to court and fucking being charged with criminal fucking offenses. And this is fucking over words. It's over a joke. This is just as bad as Will Smith walking up and bitch slapping fucking Chris on stage. It's the same fucking thing. It's so stupid, pathetic, and dumb. And the fact that it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. Get over yourself. Your feelings aren't that fucking important. Fucking let go of your hate, you dumb fuck, and have a laugh.
Let go of your anger.
It's cringe as fuck, though. It's very cringe as fuck. Like, even going to court over, like you said, it's just such a waste of time. And I honestly think it's going to get thrown out. But all he has to do is when they start saying, oh, you made this Aboriginal joke, he goes, yeah, I also joked about the white Australians that died in the Bali bombings. Yeah. So that's that closed.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. You should be able to joke about, like, it's simple. Either you can joke about everything or you can joke about nothing. All right. Now, there is definitely time and place, read the room type thing. That's definitely a thing. But he's a comedian. Comedy is inherently shut the fuck up. Comedy is inherently offensive. All right. It is inherently offensive. At some stage, someone is going to get offended by a joke. If you stop because one person got offended over one joke, your whole career, you ain't gonna fucking make it. It's that simple. And what I hope happens from this is after this is all done, is he can have a tour and he can just call his tour like the Tribunal Tour or some shit, and then just roast the whole fucking situation. What these people don't understand is when you make this public to this extent to a fucking comedian, you've given them years of material. The worst thing you can do to a comedian is heckle them, because then you become the show. And what you've done here is if you've put him in front of a fucking courtroom, this cunt's got material for the rest of his career.
Yep, and more people are going to know his name now too. So more people are going to go, this guy's so offensive, he went to court. I can't wait to go to his show, man.
Yeah. But I disagree with what you said about reading the room. Because these comedians go out there with a certain
agenda,
setup. They've got like their monologue. They've got their setup. They've got their jokes. They know how they're gonna. It's great when you go and watch a comedian and they start off with a joke and then they go through and they tell all these other little jokes in between and everything. And then it's like they go back and they reference the original joke in another joke right at the end of the entire monologue. Like. There are some really skillful fucking comedians out there that can really tailor-make their jokes.
Don't stand up.
But it's actually like a set thing. So like just because this guy gets up on stage and he sees some Aboriginal people in the crowd doesn't mean that he shouldn't tell that joke. It's like with Chrissy Mayer. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter with her getting...
I'm not even too sure who that is, to be honest with you.
Enough, but she got sort of she was talking about Dylan Mulvaney or something, and she sort of got heckled a little bit. And the people they got up and walked out and yelled at her, "You transphobe!"
Didn't they knock down her merch stand and all that?
Yeah, they went a little bit over the top, but she shouldn't just because Chrissy sees a blue-haired whale sitting in the fucking crowd doesn't mean that she should actually adjust her comedy.
That's not what read the room means.
No.
Well, anyway, that's how I understood what you were sort of saying.
No, that's not what read the room means.
I just think this is absolutely pathetic. Comedy is being thrown out the window. We can't have comedy anymore. I'm surprised that we're still able to have little bits of comedy in like some of our entertainment. Like, I don't know how much comedy stuff there is in Guardians of the Galaxy, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm surprised that we can still have some stuff in there. When people get so offended, it would be like me saying, what does a DJ call his newborn kid? Eric! Like, you know, and then every person called Eric gets offended by it.
Well, that's Legal's real name, Eric.
This is true.
Shut up, fucking hell.
But like,
Eric,
that would be pathetic for every person out there that's named Eric to be offended by that joke. But everybody on the panel just had a laugh at your name's expense. So get offended. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's my name, Carl.
It's not my name.
It is your name.
All right, what do you reckon, Big Bad Labs?
I think it's stupid in the first place. I don't think anyone should ever be summoned to the government for saying something that is. I mean, here in America, we have this thing called free speech. I mean, it's not really around anymore.
Queensland.
Here in America, we have that thing. But I think nobody should ever have to be summoned to any type of government body for saying something, ever, regardless of what it is.
Look, here we go. I'm going to try to get myself put in front of a court for a joke, and the joke is pretty simple. You guys shouldn't be racist because racism is a crime, and crime is for black people. There we go. I'm
just sick of it. I'm so sick of the world that we live in at the moment. I'm so sick of everybody getting offended. I'm so sick of the woke bullshit. I'm so sick of the ads. I'm so sick of sports people getting cancelled because they don't want to wear their pride fucking jumpers because of their religious beliefs. I'm so sick of the world right now. Everybody just needs to get over themselves and fucking just ignore it. If you don't like it, ignore it. It's as simple as that. That's the thing I don't get about
this as well. Like, it says that, you know, people saw it on TikTok, Instagram or whatever, right? Yeah. Motherfucker, you clicked on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And TikTok shows you what you want, right? Like, they have a very aggressive like algorithm, right? So if Isaac's popping up on your fucking feed, you're watching this type of shit, right? So what the fuck are you watching, cunt?
I don't believe that these people that, you know, a joke like this hurts their feelings can perceive comedy at all in any form. So why watch it? If you're that bitter and that fucking offended by everything, then what are you even doing? What are you even doing living? Like,
get a fucking life, losers.
They're ranting in a car.
God,
yeah, they end up on retarded cars.
Yeah.
That's the only point of them, I guess, man.
That's the only point.
This guy, Isaac Butterfield, he told a fucking racist joke.
It's a sad state of affairs, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one because I'm genuinely interested. What I think is going to happen is it'll get to court and they'll just go, this is a waste of our fucking time. That we have actually important shit to go, or this will actually drag on and become a fucking thing. And it does
the next like 4 years. Imagine.
Holy fucking Jesus Christ.